Hello, my name is Nicole D'Souza, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about me. I'm 26 years old and I hail from Sydney. And as you can see, Sydney Harbour has turned on an absolutely glorious day for you today. I apologise for any background noise. I always love a challenge, and so that's why I've decided to film right here at Sydney Harbour, but because it's so gorgeous, everyone else has decided to join me on the water. Well, I didn't always live in Sydney. In fact, I grew up in Hong Kong. I was born there and lived there for 16 years, before moving to Sydney, where I've been for the last 10. But my family comes from India. We're Goans, and I'm actually the president of the Goan Overseas Association of New South Wales, which is a community organisation that caters for the social and other needs of the Goan community living here in Sydney. Being involved in my community and volunteering is something that's really important to me. I do heaps and heaps of volunteering in my spare time. One of the other things I do is study law full-time at the University of Sydney. I did a combined arts law degree, majoring in French and government and international relations. The reason I went to law school was because I'm passionate about human rights and social justice, and I really felt strongly about wanting to make a difference in the world. I want a career where I love what I do, but I also feel that I'm helping to make a difference. Being at law school, though, can be quite a challenge because everybody around me seems to be following the corporate law path, and that's something I've never been interested in. On the other end of the spectrum, I'm really interested in theatre and acting, and throughout my university years, I've been heavily involved with the Sydney University Dramatic Society, performing in many plays and spending many a long night in the Cellar Theatre under the Home Building. I've also tried my hand at journalism, with a couple of radio shows that I've produced and presented with a special FM broadcasting licence for the Sydney University Arts Festival. For one of those shows, I interviewed the Greens candidate for the last federal election, who was also a PhD student in performance studies at the university. So why do I want to do Road Trip Nation? Well, I think it's a great opportunity, and I think that it's something that will really help me to define my goals in the future. But you really want to know about the curly stuff, don't you? You want to know about my strengths and weaknesses. Well, here we go. Let's start with the good stuff. I am outgoing and friendly, and I'm not afraid of talking to strangers. So when it comes to booking interviews and cold calling strangers and saying, "Hi, I'm Nicole and I want to interview you for a documentary," I don't think I'll have a problem with that. In fact, I've been told I have a great phone manner, so that's a plus point. On the negative side, I guess I'm a big picture person. So I always have an idea of where I'm heading and what I want to achieve, but sometimes I get a little bit impatient about how I'm going to get there, and I don't have a clear idea about the specific steps involved and the technical and monotonous detail that goes into making it happen. That's going to be challenging for me, seeing as this project requires production of a concrete and definitive piece of work at the end of the day, and the technical stuff with filming and editing might be interesting, but I'm really looking forward to learning about those things, and I think working with 2 other young people and a couple of camera crew will be fantastic and a huge learning opportunity for me. Living in close space and being in close proximity to people on a camper van for 5 weeks is definitely going to be a learning curve. I'm someone that likes my personal space, so yeah, look forward to interesting stories with that. But having said that, I'm also low maintenance and really adaptable to surroundings, so I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. Basically, I think it's a fantastic opportunity and I can't wait to get out on the road. And finally, why should you pick me for Road Trip Nation, and why is this an important opportunity? Well, let's start with the project. Road Trip Nation sends 3 young people out on the road to interview interesting people that they have chosen and selected themselves, and asks them about how they got to where they are in life and why they made the career choices that they did. I think that is absolutely groundbreaking stuff and really the sort of thing we need to be seeing on television. Young people today have limited sources of information about how they pick their careers and how they decide what they're going to do with the rest of their lives. When you're 17, you get your information from your parents, your friends, your school teachers, and maybe a little bit from the media. So to have something on TV which gives young people even the thought that they might follow their dreams, or to encourage them to have dreams and goals that might be different to the mainstream path, is a really, really important thing to do. I think sometimes we get so swept up with what we're expected to do in life, and if you're smart at school and you get good grades, there's a certain expectation that you're going to follow a certain path. And so I think encouraging young people to do things differently and to stick with their dreams is really important. I'm at that crossroads right now, and I want to be inspired, and I want to have the opportunity to create my own path. So Road Trip Nation, I'm asking you to give me that chance. Thanks very much.